Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Bitcoin Cash. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous Bitcoin Cash update, it's going to be in the top right hand video. Make sure to check that out before watching this one, as I'm not going to be repeating a lot of the stuff that I said in the previous video. Now, jumping into the daily chart, we are on TradingView. So you can see that I do have these two support levels over here, these two swing lows that you can target in the case of us losing this multi-month support trend line. And we actually have created the support in March of 2020 with the Corona dump. And we've been holding that very nicely throughout this year. And as you can see, we just came down here recently in September. And right now, we may potentially come back down and retest this little support line. Well, it's not so little right now, is it? A pretty much more than a year of a support line. But you can come back down, and even you can target this crossroads over here. So this little crossroads area is where you potentially can come back down, right? And from there, you can just keep on climbing up, and this trend line will keep you afloat. But on the daily chart right now, it does seem like we potentially can get the bearish cross, and that wouldn't be the best thing in the world, but that would mean that we are going to have some nice buying opportunities. What you can also expect is us coming back down on this trend line, because we did break it as resistance, and now we're back testing it as support, which is great, right? That's what you want to see, and that's exactly what we're doing right now on the daily chart. Breakout, back test of support, the next leg up. What can happen also? Breakout, back test of support, little consolidation, a little downtrend, bounce off the crossroads. That's where you see your move. So yeah, now if we do lose the trend line, I do have these two support levels below that you may want to keep an eye on if we do have the pullbacks. But this would be kind of a big pullbacks, right? $400 and $477. Those are the support lines. We are in a perfect uptrend right now. So swing low, a higher low, higher low. We have a high here, higher high. And here we made a lower high. And that was something that I didn't very like very much, right? But it's this resistance, right? But we broke through the resistance, and now we're back testing it as support. So ideally right now we're doing everything we need to do. So yeah, like I said, target the crossroads. The crossroads over here is about $533. We may end up bouncing off of that, but yeah, like I said. So one thing also to keep in mind is we do have this sort of resistance running over here. If you have a trend line, just put in like this. This pink trend line will represent another resistance level, another horizontal resistance level over here. So we had a bounce in September, another bounce in October, and now a bounce in November from this level. You're kind of getting squeezed in between this support line that we had as resistance previously and this new resistance line that we have. So once you break out of that, there's really nothing holding you back anymore, because all the horizontal resistance lines are broken, and now you're free to go. Essentially, you're just going to have these resistance lines, these vertical resistance lines, obviously. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that there is to show you on the daily chart in terms of price action. So like I said, keep an eye on the pink trend line, draw this out on your charts. You have these two swing lows that you want to target, and definitely target this large support line, this multi-month support line. Obviously, what we can also do is just break back down into the pattern and break down, right? So that's not out of the question. So look for some buy levels at $480, something around that. Now, if we jump into the daily RSI, what we do have over here is a sort of symmetrical triangle over here with a support line running down below, and with this horizontal support line. So I'm just gonna change up the colors a bit so it's a bit easier for you to see the difference. So this is going to be our horizontal triangle, right? And we do have two support lines in between that triangle that is keeping us afloat right now, as you can see. So this horizontal green support line we've held once, then we got rejected from there, went back down, got rejected from there once again, broke above, almost a back test of support, broke down below it, and now we're back testing it as support once again. So you can expect a bounce from this area, right? This area right here. You can expect a bounce on the RSI. If you start losing it, then do target this lower pink trend line, okay? That will be your support. That will be your multi-month support. As you can see, we did have a fake out over here, but we've held it in July and we've held it here in October. So I would, I would strongly look at this trend line if we lose these two green lines, right? If we lose those, then yeah, look for the pink one. But right now, I would look for entry points at this green trend line. But really, not a lot to show you. I've talked about this multiple times in these Bitcoin Cash videos. You're in a horizontal, you're waiting to get closer to the apex, then you get your breakout towards the end of the year. Bam, you sell when you're overbought. That's easy as that, right? If you want to sell, obviously, it all depends on where your targets are. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you look at the long-term targets that I have, what you do is you take a Fibonacci retracement, send it from the swing low that we have in July to the swing high that we had in April or May. Yeah, in May. And then you look at the 1.618, you're looking at $4,500, $4,057 actually, not a half. So that's your target by the end of this bull cycle. But I'm not saying that we're going to get there, and not saying that we're not going to get above that, right? But that's just something that I'm targeting based on the Fib retracement. And the Fib retracement, a lot of the times it works perfectly. So 580% profits if you get in right now, and that's the target that you're looking at. Obviously, you can take profits at the 1.272 and the 1.414 below that. But, the 1.618 is your technical target after you start breaking and closing above this high over here. Right, so if you close above that high, you're in a technical target to $4,050. So keep that in mind. Now let's jump into Binance for some oscillators. Now jumping into the daily chart, we do have this ascending triangle playing out, right? So a little bit of a different pattern over here, but still you can see that we're making higher lows, but we're getting rejected from these areas over here above from that resistance line. You can see I have those two lines highlighted with these circles. So what you're waiting for is you're waiting for a break and a back test of support. That's where you enter if you're a trader. If you're an investor, you enter pretty much now would be the best place to enter, because you can see that we're holding this this multi-week support trend line right now. We had a nice bounce. So really, this would be a very good area to enter Bitcoin Cash right now. And if you want a target, you take the trend line and place it from the top to the bottom, and that gives you your breakout level pretty much at $850. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. That would mean that we have broken the 786 on the Fib, so we can expect some resistance at the 786 over here at $719. So you may take some profits there and buy back in at a later support of $657 if we get rejected. Obviously, this doesn't mean that it's going to happen. We may just shoot up, melt faces, and then backtest as support the 1.272. Anything can happen in this space, but you just want to have your sell orders ready when you think you want to sell, right? It's all up to you, up to your financial goals. I'm not telling you to sell at these resistance levels, because some people think that I'm encouraging you to sell at these resistance levels, but there are some people who are entering the trades for a short period of time, right? They're not going to be holding this coin, for example, for the next 3 months. And what they want to do is they want to enter here and get that 50% trade, and that's it. So, that's why I'm showing you these resistance levels and these technical targets. If you're looking to hold long term, you only need the support levels and you only need to buy the dips, right? You want to see where the support levels are and you want to buy in. So right now would be a very nice place to start buying in. If I was getting into Bitcoin Cash, this would be the best place to get in right now, because we are just bouncing off. We just bounce off the support line over here of the ascending triangle. And from here all the way to the technical target, that's around about 45%. So yeah. And now let's jump into some oscillators. So pretty much the same pattern on the daily RSI over here. You want to take a look at the MACD. What do we have on the MACD? We just got some sort of a squeeze with the moving average. So the moving average is sort of bouncing off the signal line. The signal line is the red line. We're not getting the confirmation of the uptrend. Once you get that confirmation, that would be your confirmation of entry basically. So if you have a bullish cross here where the signal line gets crossed by the moving average and it gets above it, that's your entry point. But by that time, the price would have appreciated already. Thus, this indicator is a lagging indicator, obviously. So, and now looking at the Stochastic Rsi, as you can see, not enough steam because we started to reverse the trend midway through, and we're coming back down perhaps to the oversold. So this would be a very nice place to start entering. Just the way we come back from the top and reverse the trend midway, the same way we reverse the trend midway over here when you're getting to the top. And what can also happen is you start reversing the trend once again and start getting to the top without getting to the oversold. So just keep that in mind. Pay attention to the Stochastic RSI. Wait until you see the bullish cross. That's your confirmation. That's your confirmation of the trend reversal, okay? So I did take a look at the daily RSI, no bearish divergences. If I missed out anything on the charts, please make sure to let me know down below in the comments. Make sure to check out the Telegram chat and the Discord server. I do also have a Patreon. Make sure to check that out. And make sure to check out my NFT collection that I'm working on with my buddy. We're very excited about that, and the info is going to be in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.